Now we set where our eye lines were going to be, and yesterday we talked about the placement for the eyes and the basic shapes of them. Today we're going to talk about the nose. Now on your drawing, you should have come down and about halfway from the eye line to the bottom, you drew a second dotted line. This line is actually going to be the bottom edge of the nose. It's going to be where the nose comes down to. The nose itself is going to be about as wide as the space between the eyes. So you kind of can draw in, you'll have kind of like a little squared in shape down to make the placement for the nose. Now I'm going to erase this here in a second because I'm going to show you what the nose looks like, and I'm going to do it much larger. So that's about where it goes. But to draw the nose itself, you need to understand the basic shapes that the nose is made up out of. The nose at the base, down here at the bottom, let's say this is my line on my picture, is composed of 3 circles. The main one in the center is the largest. This is kind of the cartilage area, the soft area that is the rounded tip of your nose where it projects. Everyone's has a slightly different shape. Some people's are really round, some are kind of long and almost oval-like, some are almost triangular. So you'll have to look at your nose to determine which shape that is. But it's basically in a rounder shape. Then on the sides, you're going to have 2 smaller shapes, similar, that overlap with it. This forms the cartilage, the outer flanks of the nostrils. This area where it comes up in between is going to be about the placement for your actual nostrils themselves. And nostrils tend to have a kind of teardrop type of a shape when they're viewed from the front. Now some people, and you'll have to use your mirror to figure this out, some people have much rounder nostrils. Some are almost up and down and kind of long, and then some people's are almost squished flat. So you will have to look in the mirror to determine the exact shape of your nostrils. Now just like the pupil, I said the pupil was the darkest part of the eye, it was black. The inside of the nostrils is actually going to be the darkest spot on the nose because again you've got a shadow in there, so it's really, really dark because it's not getting a lot of light. This upper shape of the nose for everybody is slightly different. Chances are it's going to be kind of a rounded out version of this shape that you already have right here. And if you notice, the nose, when it leads up, narrows in as it goes up in between the eyes. So as you're going up and away from this part of the nose, you're going to have the 2 side columns of the nose coming towards each other. For some people, you can kind of see the rounded part on the top. For some people, it's more subtle, and this doesn't, they have a bigger bridge right here, and it doesn't project out as far. You can shade along where it climbs up towards the eyes if you would like to create a 3D effect. You also may notice that the center part of the nose for some people may be longer, so you may need to elongate this area of skin that comes down in between the nostrils themselves. Some people's noses, you can see the very bottom of them a lot. Some people, the tip comes down longer and you don't see the bottom edge of the nose as much. So you'll have to look at the mirror and determine where does your nose, which part of your nose hangs down the lowest, and draw it the way that yours is. In here you may find, for some people too, you may find that you have like a little bit of a divot and then you have a little bit of the upper shape. Once you get to this point, you'll be able to add shading if you would like. You can change the shape of the nose in the column up between the eyes. You can change the outer nostrils, but you should end up with this basic shape to get you started.